Howdy, Ravens.
I'm Chris McCormick, and I'm here with Lil Bro Wyatt McDonald.
You think you're calling that?
What are you gonna do about it?
Don't worry about it. Shut your mouth.
All right, whatever.
Well, we got a good show for y'all, so let's roll that intro.
Here in the Olathe School District, we have these things called 21st Century Academies, and they are amazing.
Well, this year, CC has been giving us a deeper look at them. So let's head over to CC to get to know the academies a little bit more.
Welcome back to Get to Know an Academy. Today with me, I have one of our very own Mallory Bestwick. Mallory is in the animation strand of the E-Communications Academy. Welcome to the show, Mallory.
Yes, glad to be here.
So my first question for you is why animation?
So in middle school in 8th grade, right, I loved Disney. Disney movies were just so beautiful. I loved how they just had a big impact on my childhood. So continuing through that, I also loved anime a lot. I watched it a lot. So being able to 2D, like frame by frame animate was what I really wanted to do. So when I learned that there was a whole academy that had a strand of animation, I was like, this is it. So yeah.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Tangled, probably.
Tangled. Ooh, I love Tangled. I also love, what is it, just called Belle? I love the Disney Prince.
Beauty and the Beast?
Yes, Beauty and the Beast. I love that movie. My second question for you is, what is your favorite project that you've worked on?
Probably, the project I've been working on recently is just a simple character animation, but I'm getting to play with lighting and how electricity and like the flashes like affect the characters in a like short amount of time. So that's probably the most fun thing that I've been working on recently.
What's your character?
That's a great question. No names. I'm terrible at naming characters. I'll draw them. Character designs, I'm there. Naming, it is over. I cannot. So
I don't blame you.
It's just like a witch kind of character.
Oh, cool. And then how are you going to use what you've learned in animation into a future career?
I'll probably just, I don't know, being able to like draw neat diagrams or like be able to easily visualize things within a 3D space and how they can, like the physics of it, I guess, like how things react, momentum and stuff. I think that's going to be useful. And even just being able to like even 3D model something myself and put it into like an emulator maybe of some sorts. Just to see how things react would be very helpful in like my engineering career.
Wow, you seem like a very, very bright girl. I don't think I could visualize 3D things like that. So you picked the right strand and I picked the right strand, obviously. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being on this show.
Thank you.
Back to the desk.
You know what, Wyatt? I'm a little parched after learning more about those academies, and it looks like I'm all out of coffee.
Well, you know me, I always got my sweet tea.
Yes, you do, Wyatt. Well, did you know they are opening a Dutch Bros right across the street from our very high school?
Well, I guess I do now. Let's head over to Madison for more on that.
There is a new Dutch Bros opening up right next to Olathe Northwest. Let's go take a closer look to see what they can provide and how this is going to affect our school.
I would say it's going to affect Olathe Northwest because it'll just draw like a big crowd to Dutch Bros, and then it'll be able to benefit like people wanting just like an easy like coffee, lemonade, tea option like before or after school.
Livy gives us a better look on what kind of drinks Dutch Bros has to provide.
We have teas, lemonades, energy drinks, sugar-free energy drinks, cold brews, nitro cold brews, hot coffee, cold coffee.
Dutch Bros isn't just any other coffee place. There is way more to it.
You can like combine any drink. They have like their classics. I think it's just they have a lot of options, and like right now they don't have like a lot of food options, but I think as it grows more it could like get up to that, but they have like different pastries.
The environment at Dutch Bros is impactful and has made many people want to work here.
I wanted to work at Dutch Bros because I originally heard about it in Arizona, and when I went to Arizona, I went there and I really enjoyed like the environment and the people who were working. And so then when I heard they were making one like right across the street from a school, it's like 2 minutes away from my house, and so I was like, that'll be perfect and it'd be so fun.
Construction is still going on, but coming very soon.
Well, it's supposed to open, I think, end of May, but the date keeps getting pushed back. So as of now, end of May.
To impact Olathe Northwest. This has been Madison Graham.
Thanks, Madison.
Now, the other side of ecom has been cooking up some real movie type stuff.
Well, we will have to see if these feature films can beat ERS's documentary.
Haha, well, let's send it over to Nathan for more on our awesome entertainment kids.
I'd probably say the inspiration for the film was like an experience that happened to me when I was in 8th grade. And I can't really give too much insight into it because it'd be a spoiler to the film. But I definitely would say it's going to be an interesting watch for people, I believe.
Jonathan Young is the director for one of the feature films that is being presented by Ecom coming up this May. This one being titled Sunsets at Noon.
Film's about Xavier, a 17-year-old. He's trying to find his way through like his grief. He feels off, but he doesn't know what's causing it. So he has to spend the next 3 days basically working through it and figuring out from different sources. I had to really work with them and really go into director mode for those times because it was just trying to get those my vision on point for them. Yeah. While filming, our biggest challenge was probably gonna say actors knowing their lines, because like we'd have times where like they would come to set and they would know half their lines but not know the other half of the scene, so it would be a struggle trying to work that out with them. So on May 3rd, we're having a showing at the AMC Prairie Fire from 7 to whenever it ends, so roughly about 9 or so, maybe a little bit later. But this is at the Prairie Fire, and then we have another showing at the Drive-In Boulevard, and that'll be May 8th from 6 to, again, wherever it ends, probably 9 roughly. But yeah, I think everyone should go see it. It's going to be a really fun time.
For ONW Now, this has been Nathan Ragland.
Well, Chris, I don't know about you, but those look pretty legit. It'll
Yes,
be
they
exciting
do.
to see how they turn out. So, now we got game day. Let's send it over to Michael and Nathan.
What's up, Ravens? I'm Michael Kirby.
And I'm Nathan Ragland. We got an awesome game day for y'all.
The girls' soccer team traveled away to take on Gardner Edgerton this past Tuesday. The girls dominated, winning three goals coming from Mia Kloffenstein, Ruby Wexler, and Cecilia Oxenford. Good job, girls.
The soccer team takes on the crosstown rival of Olathe South tonight at 7, so make sure you come out and support.
Last Friday, the track and field teams headed to Shawnee Mission South for the Shawnee Mission West Invitational.
Olivia Cooper won in the 100-meter hurdles for the girls at 15.71 and the third in the 200-meter dash at 27.30. McKenna Aridis scored over 5 feet in the high jump, taking the win. Sam Baxter continued his hurdle mastery with the double victory on the 110-meter hurdles and the 300-meter hurdles with a new PR of 40.81.
Kendall Yarnell, Val Galligan, and Adrian Locke Garcia dominated the discus for the girls by taking the top 3 spots. Then Jillian Huckabee, Val Galligan, and Emmy Shear got 1st, 2nd, and 5th in the javelin, with Jillian setting a PR at 127 feet and 6 inches. And Emmy also set a new PR at 116 feet and 11 inches. Adrian Locke Garcia, Kendall Yarnell, and Allie Messenbarger went 1st, 2nd, and 4th, with Adrian setting a new school record of 43 feet and 1 inch.
Jackson Cool placed 3rd in the 800-meter at 2:02 and ran in the first-place teams of the 8x8 and the 4x4 relay teams. For distance, Jacob Norris racked up another victory in 1,600-meter run with a time of 4.31, and Gavin Hudnall took the bronze in the 3,200-meter run at 10.09.
Eric Butler and Nathan Leeper went 1st and 2nd in the boys' shot put, with Eric throwing a PR of 49 feet 11 inches. And in the javelin, Kyle Souders and Jack Sykes placed 1st and 4th, as well as Aaron Thompson and Tristan Duckworth in the discus.
The boys and girls team finished victorious with the gold as the boys soared with 158.5 points, only 4.5 ahead of Olathe North, and the girls dominated with 175 points, 32 ahead of runner-up Olathe North. Check out the full recap of the Shawnee Mission West Invitational on theravendaily.com.
Also this past Tuesday night, the girls softball team continued their hot streak and took on the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars and completely dominated the entire game.
Yarnell and Severino drove in runs on a home run in the 2nd, and Severino having a single in the 3rd, 5th, and a home run in the 7th.
Anastasia Ballou got the star for Ravens. The pitcher went 7 innings, allowing 5 runs on 8 hits, striking out 4 and 1.
The girls came out today with a 15-5 victory and they're now considered the top team in Kansas 6A. The girls play this Thursday for the senior night against Shawnee Mission South. Good luck, ladies.
The Raven tennis team took second place in the Olathe City Championships Monday, only finishing behind Olathe East while narrowly defeating Olathe South to claim the runner-up spots.
Michael Sobskik, making his varsity debut, went 3-1 at some number 2 singles, setting himself up well for the league tournament, while freshman phenoms Aiden Messerly and Bryden Brandstrom went 4-0 on the evening and will take a 16-1 record into the league tournament on Thursday.
At number 3, Ty Ellis rebounded from a defeat in his first match versus Olathe South to win his final 2 against Olathe West and Olathe East, while the doubles duo of Philip Besong and Connor McKinley went undefeated, finishing 4-0 on the night.
The girls' dive team took first against Shawnee Mission North and against Shawnee Mission Northwest.
The first place finishers were Carrie Wong in the 200 free, Emma Brandstrom in the 53 and 100 free. Addie Hurley is diving and Angela McCoy in the 500 with a new state cut and broke the 100 breaststroke.
The Ravens took first in the medley relay and took first and second in the 200 free relays and 400 free relays.
The boys golf team had a good showing on Monday at Heritage Park earlier this week. They took second place, just one shot behind Olathe South. Wyatt McDonald led the team with 73. Jay Connolly finished at 74, and Gavin Dines came in with a 75.
The Ravens shot at 298 and placed second and will be out at Lawrence Country Club next Monday for the last round of the Sunflower League.
Well, it looks like the shot put record has been broken a second time this season.
Let's send it to Wyatt for more on the story.
All right, what's up, Ravens? It's been a while, but I'm back. And here's the deal. Here at ONW, we got some phenomenal athletes, and one of them being Adrienne Locke Garcia. And this week, we're going to give her our Player of the Week. So let's get right into it. As she's performed outstandingly and broken her own school record multiple times in the shot put.
Honestly, it's going great. We've won pretty much every meet except for KU relays. We've gotten first. We've destroyed a lot of teams.
Adrienne Locke Garcia had the school record, but just a few short weeks ago, Val broke Adrienne's record. But Adrienne Locke Garcia took her record back this past Friday with a length of 43 feet and 1 inch.
So yeah, I've never really had comp. It's always just me competing against myself, and Val beat me. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little mad, but that fueled me to work harder. And I was like, I gotta get that back because I feel like I've worked hard to earn that.
Adrienne tells us that these great accomplishments did not come at a cheap price, and she had to work very hard for it.
I've gone and lifted a lot. I didn't lift in prior years, every once in a while, but now I lift every day. I do weights, I eat right, and
as Adrienne and the team hope to repeat this year and go on to win a state title like they did last year, the girls track and field team is excited for the future. Adrienne leaves us with some final advice that she would give to some younger athletes.
I would tell them that you're your biggest competitor. No matter how you compare yourself to others, you're your biggest competitor because you can only go to how far you set your mind to.
Congrats, Adrienne. It's going to be exciting to see how far you go. For ONW Now, this has been Wyatt McDonald.
Well, that's all we got for game day.
Let's send it back to the desk.
You know what I love, Wyatt?
What's that, Chris?
I love me some grass.
Oh, I know you, Chris. I know you do, Chris. I know you do.
Well, Jonna has an awesome story for us on Earth Day.
Let's roll it.
Every year on April 22nd, the world celebrates International Earth Day, a day that we have created to help celebrate the Earth and give back to it.
The origins of Earth Day date back roughly 53 years ago.
So Earth Day started in April of 1970, and it was actually almost a decades-long result of a book that had been published in 1962.
Silent Spring, written by Rachel Carson, was the source of the movement towards gaining this holiday. What followed it were many environmental acts that eventually brought the world towards the creation of the EPA, and therefore Earth Day. The impact this holiday has had on the world is undeniable.
Earth Day is a good day to remind people to just periodically take a little bit extra effort to clean up your environment. We're all going to do something that's going to hurt the environment, but if everybody just takes a little extra effort to clean up after themselves or after others, that'll go a long ways.
Earth Day is a very special and important holiday, but there are so many people that aren't quite sure how they can get involved. But don't worry, because there are so many ways that you can help save our Earth.
So for younger people who, sometimes you can't volunteer because of liabilities or just a lack of knowledge, go outside, take someone outside, we tend to protect the things that we love and value. And so the more we love and value the outdoors, the flora, the fauna, the history, in many ways sort of the mystery and miracle of it all, the more likely we are to protect it.
For ONW Now, this has been Jonna Cuman.
Thank you, Jonna. We appreciate it. Well, Chris, have you heard of Landon Alexander?
Maybe. I think I have.
Well, I've heard he's pretty much the worst Assassins player of all time, but my guy Gavin Dino is still in.
Well, I'm still a little confused about what's going on, but Michael has more on the game and all the fun that it is.
Just don't get shot.
Since it's the end of the school year, the yearly tradition Senior Assassins has already begun. Let's hear what it's about from Gavin Dines.
Assassins is pretty much whoever in the senior class wants. You sign up, pay some cash, and then you go and you get a target every week and you try and shoot other people with a water gun.
So now we know what Assassins is about. Let's learn more about the boundaries and where you can and cannot play.
So you can't get them on school property, which is like obviously Northwest, Seaback. I don't think you can get them at other schools.
Since we now know the boundaries, let's find out the big question. What is the best strategy to win the game?
I don't know how much I can say. You know, just hide out, don't get shot, and then try and be sneaky when you're outside.
Thank you so much, Gavin. And now a reminder to all the remaining players. Don't get hit and win the game. This has been Michael Kirby.
Well, guys, that's all the news we have for you guys this week. I'm Chris McCormick.
It's your guy, Ryan McDonald.
And we'll see you guys later. Raven Nation, let's fly.